All right, YouTube, what is up? It is your boy Digital, and today I'm here with my boys.
Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Torshilo386.
And what's up, y'all? It's Mr. Freeman.
All right, and so today we're here to talk about the need for learning curves in Dragon Ball Z games. All right, so in the past, we have been getting a lot of Dragon Ball Z games, in our honest opinion, that have been very lackluster when it comes down to needing a learning curve or even having a learning curve within the game itself. I think the only last good Dragon Ball Z game that we played, us three personally, that had a learning curve was Battle of Z. Now, there have been other games before Battle of Z that have had learning curves, such as the Budokai series and the Tenkaichi series, and a little bit of the Raging Blast series. But recently, a lot of Dragon Ball Z games haven't really been keeping up with that same tradition of having a learning curve within the game. Primarily Xenoverse, as Krillin just said. Anyways, you know, we just felt like having a learning curve within a Dragon Ball Z game is fundamental and necessary because of the simple fact that, you know, it just emulates the show a lot more. You know, if you look at the Tenkaichi series, that was one of the closest games that emulated the exact show itself because of the fact that, you know, as soon as you threw a punch at somebody, you could vanish. As soon as somebody was about to do a heavy attack, you could vanish and stuff like that. And it wasn't just like stupid easy in order to get out of combos and to even do, like, you know, devastating long combos. So one of the main examples I wanted to point out with this was Xenoverse. You know, Xenoverse was one of those games that had a real easy combat system. All you really had to do to keep a combo going was press X, and everybody pretty much had the same combo output. Whether you press square 1 time to 5 times, and you press triangle in between or after. And so it really didn't make the game that much more diverse when it came down to it. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you all would probably be saying at this point, well, Tenkaichi only had like so many characters, like 15 characters just spread out between 100. But at the same time, the combos had a different outcome. The same argument that you just made about Tenkaichi can be made about Xenoverse, but the thing is that Tenkaichi had a more deep down diverse system. You had such things such as a Z counter, which was like one of the hardest things to pull off in the game. You had things like I said before, vanishing out of combos, and you had to time it instead of just pressing a button as soon as you start taking whops to the face. And, you know, it was just various other different things. And so I feel like in order to make a Dragon Ball Z game good, you have to have a learning curve within it in order for it to be at least recognizable as a good fighting game. Now keep in mind, it's not a fighting game on the level of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter, but it still needs a learning curve because, for one, it's still a fighter. So, Krillin, Mr. Freeman, how do y'all feel about, you know, Dragon Ball Z games need a learning curve?
Well, first off, I feel like, if anything, it needs to be highly necessary for there to be a learning curve. I mean, because as you said with Xenoverse, you know, you just gotta click square, square, square. And, you know, I mean, I got plenty of experience with that, and I'm just like, people would be like, for example, you know, oh, I go hard to the bitches, Xenoverse, dude, on everything. I'm just like, you're clicking like 2 buttons. And I'm just like, it's funny, really, because all the stuff people would, you know, say about Battle of Z, and, you know, it only having 1 combo. At the end of the day, the combos aren't that diverse, you guys. Like, I'm just saying. Now, Battle of Z being the most recent when it comes to learning curve is, I guess you could say, really, it's just about teamwork. And, you know what I'm saying, really just knowing exactly what the fuck you're doing. Because if you go in trying to play like Xenoverse, yeah, you're gonna get ultimate
smacked.
Looks.
Pretty much.
One of Mr. Freeman's videos. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, ultimate looks. But, but, you know, all I'm saying is that, you know, if we don't have a learning curve, I mean, in a way, shouldn't that be kind of insulting to us as a gamer? I mean, kind of saying that, damn, we too damn stupid to get to the grip of the game. Like, come on now. We better than that. We better than that as gamers. Come on.
Right. Mr. Freeman, do you have any?
Oh yeah, I really do think DBZ games should have learning curves because it makes it a lot more fun. Like, you actually have to learn how to play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, because in Battle of Z, right, like Krillin said, you couldn't just run in and try to throw punches. Punches. You have to be smart with it. Like, let's say you're using a support type, and everybody on Battle Z love picking melee types. You can't just run in. Like, you have to, like, block, you have to run, you have to heal your teammates whenever you need it. You have to be smart. That's what learning curves are. You have to be smart when playing the game. Like BT3, for example. Like, I really liked how BT3 taught you everything, but that damn game did not hold your hand either. Let you put the computers on very hard on that damn game. The computers will either beat your ass or stick with you. Like, I'm not playing. Hell, on Tenkaichi Tag Team, And BT3, the computers knew everything that we know, and they will put up a fight. Like, that's what I really like about DBZ games. Like, I like how the computers, they teach you at the same time, and then that way, like, you know, you can go back and train it. Like, oh, okay, so that's how that works and stuff like that. So learning curves in DBZ games just make it a lot more fun because they teach you, and overall you end up becoming a good player.
Right. And so that's just something that just comes to mind. Like, what game do you know of that just sits there and just doesn't make you have a learning curve? I mean, every time you jump on a game, there should at least be a learning curve to the game itself. I mean, like I said, I keep comparing it to like Mortal Kombat because it's like one of the most highly revered fighting games. How good or how fun would it be if Mortal Kombat didn't have some of the key elements within it that, you know, that made it a great game? Like, what if Mortal Kombat didn't have cross-ups or you know, DHCs or whatever it's called? You know, like just different elements that make a fighting game a fighting game. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. What if you know, games like, what if Dragon Ball Z just didn't have a learning curve? I mean, you get something kind of like Xenoverse. There isn't really nothing to learn from it except just how to put people in infinite combos and to win the game itself. That's it. I mean, if I play a Dragon Ball Z game, I want there to be a learning curve so that way I don't win just because I got the stronger character or I have items at my disposal. I want to win because
I want to be able to work for my win.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because in Xenoverse, some computers sucked. All of them sucked. All they did was shoot out super attacks, or they just had some real high attack power. That's it. The computers didn't do anything in Xenoverse. Otherwise, in Battle of Z and BT3, the computers actually put in work.
Right. What were you saying, Chris?
I mean to interrupt you, but nothing. But like, what I want to go ahead and mention is a really good example from Battle of Z. You guys remember that time when I was using Team Gohan, this is base Team Gohan regular support type. Now, even though I'm able to keep you guys alive, you know what I'm saying, by giving y'all guys health, I mean, didn't that shit had what? You're wide open for like 2 or 3 seconds. And considering its fucking pace, you know, that's bad. Ooh, damn, you gonna get knocked the fuck out if you get hit.
Right.
Yeah, especially if you're a support type.
And I remember, you know, on Xenoverse, I could do like a Kamehameha out of nowhere and somehow magically be able to fly away. Even though I just took some of my energy, I should be huffing and puffing. Nope.
Right.
Like, that's just another thing about Battle of Z, like, that they did right. Whenever you use a support type, them computers, even if it was 4 of them, all 4 of them computers would lock on to you and try to take you out first. See, that made you smart, and that made you, like, you know, play the game, like, you know, like smart. I don't know. I just keep saying smart because you need learning curves in games like these. You need learning curves in fighting games so you'll learn how to play.
Right. And, you know, a lot of people will say that, you know, Xenoverse does have a learning curve because you gotta at least try to figure out what moves you want to apply to your character. But that doesn't necessarily implement a learning curve within the game. All you're trying to figure out is just how to put certain super moves together to make your character have, I guess you can say, you know, devastating combos. Most of the time when people put certain moves together, it wasn't based off of, you know, just to do flashy little combos. It was just basically to spam and to overpower the opponent with, you know, key blast combinations or even melee combinations to the point to where people can do anything against it and win. When we say learning curves, we're talking about straight hand-to-hand combat and no key blasting involved until, like, you know, maybe later, or, you know, like sometime during the fight when we're separated from each other. Like, if one of us gets knocked back and the other person is far away, and, you know, let's say we just throw out a Kamehameha, that's cool. But what we're talking about when it comes down to learning curve is the fact that, you know, throwing fists at each other. Like, I don't want a simple, easy system to where I punch, and then if somebody starts punching at me, I just press one button, I'm out, and that's it. No, I want there to be a learning curve like Tenkaichi's learning curve, because that was one of the best learning curves in Dragon Ball Z games, well, in anime games, period, that I ever played. And so I just feel like it's necessary because not only does it make you a seasoned veteran at the game and to the point to where you can understand the game, but it allows for less bullshit to be happening towards you to the point to where you'll, you know, get hit by certain shit. And that's why I say there's not really a learning curve to Xenoverse and, you know, a lot of other Dragon Ball Z games, because of the simple fact that it holds your hand so much that when people spam, it rewards it. But when you try to fight legit and throw punches and stuff like that with the bad server quality and stuff like that, it's really not that well put as to holding your hand as it does for other people who don't fight.
You're the one who gets hoed.
Exactly.
All these people hoeing you, spamming you and everything, but then when you're actually trying to play legit, you're the one who gets hoed.
Yeah.
That's like another thing with J-Stars, and Spike. Y'all need to be careful if y'all do bring Zenkai Battle Royale and make Rage Blast 3, because that's the same thing with J-Stars, because J-Stars got them guard breaks. They track, they break your guard, and they don't cost any stamina. So what is somebody spamming that against you, but you playing legit and you don't use guard breaks at all? See, like that stuff right there, you just gotta watch that stuff like that.
Exactly. And I mean, that's just the whole gist of, like, you know, why we need learning curves in Dragon Ball Z games. Like, I'm tired of playing games where, you know, I'm easily being defeated by somebody who doesn't know how to play the game just because they know how to put a super move together and just, you know, obliterate me because of, you know, they have more power within their key blast sets and stuff like that. So, you know, Krillin, Mr. Freeman, is there any other, you know, additional info that you want to add on to this before we end it?
Well, actually, the whole topic kind of reminds me of a video I made way back talking about the builds and stuff, because see, I suppose that a lot of people play Xenoverse, their main argument would be, oh, well, there's a learning curve within the builds. It's really not. I've actually took the time to review most of the builds, if not all. I mean, at the end of the day, Xenoverse had no learning curve, and I'm just saying, if we continue to get games where they're ain't even holding our hand, but they squeezing the fuck out our hand at this point.
True.
Like, something where, because I mean, I like getting on a game and like kind of feeling lost a bit, like, oh my god, how do I play this? And
right,
you know, I feel like with Xenoverse, what we caught on in the first 20 minutes, dude. Like, that's sad, dude. Like, you know, so I expect to sort of feel like I'm having a whole new experience, you know.
Right.
And here this shit is, you know, Rage and Blast 2, for example. You know, that was like one of my first Dragon Ball Z games I ever played. I'm just like, yo, this shit, the combos was not easy.
Right.
Know, I'm over here on Xenoverse, like, oh, square, 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 triangle, triangle, milky cannon. Like, oh, so that's a combo apparently on here. I'm like, oh, no, you know, sidestep, cancels, nothing complicated. You ain't gotta do that. I mean, it's just like only those buttons though. Really?
Right.
That's really all I gotta say. I'm just saying, like, I feel like I said earlier, it's in a way, shouldn't that be considered kind of as insulting? I mean, it's basically kind of like we're being told we too fucking dumb to catch on. Like, that's how I see it personally, but that's just me.
Right. And so, people, I mean, that's just pretty much about it with the whole reasons as to why we feel like we need learning curves in Dragon Ball Z games. I mean, I understand that some of you all may like that simplistic thing, you know, that simplistic fighting style within the games, like such as Xenoverse, but look at the turnout. You know, you have more brokenness than, you know, fairness going on within the game and stuff like that. So, I mean,
exactly.
You know, they've just
more
been
broken than skill.
Yeah.
Like I like actual skill. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, you know, like you said, you know, somebody give me a combo and then bam, I get out of it. Square, 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 X. Square, 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 X, and it's a repeated cycle until one of us runs out of stamina. No, like, right. I don't like stuff like that. Like, I actually wanted, like, you know, we fighting, like, you gotta press, like, a certain button at a certain time to even get out of a combo. You can't superize out of no combo. Like, whoever thought of that, what the hell? It's just, like, I just like actual learning curves in games so you can actually learn how to play and get good. That way, like, you know what you're doing, you know you have skill, and you just know you're good. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And so, I mean, you know, that's just pretty much about it, people. You know, we just wanted to get that out there to understand, like, why it is that we need learning curves in Dragon Ball Z games. These past Dragon Ball Z games have been kind of under the water, and they really haven't been that good when it comes down to learning curves being within the games themselves. So hopefully I take this into consideration and think about it, you know, and maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree, and that's fine. So, you know, that's just been it for this little video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Peace out.